Close and helping relationships. Content review for week 6. During this PowerPoint presentation, we will discuss 5 main topics reviewed in the course content for the week. These topics include initial attraction, close relationships, the equity theory, helping relationships, and social influences of helping others. Let's first take a look at initial attraction as discussed by Kaysen in the text Social Psychology. People are attracted to relationships that will be rewarding. There are 2 main types of rewards, direct and indirect. Direct rewards include factors such as money, support, status, and attention. Indirect rewards are more emotionally driven, such as the good feeling one receives from being in a person's presence or having admiration for their beauty. Familiarity is another aspect of initial attraction. The proximity effect explains how where one lives and works influences the relationships that they build. Furthermore, the mere exposure effect discusses how people are more likely to view something positively the more that they are exposed to it. Physical attractiveness is a common factor of attraction. Humans are naturally drawn to beauty. The presence of beauty influences perception. The group attractiveness effect reveals that people perceive the average rating of physical attraction of a group greater than the rating of the individual members. There are also biases associated with beauty. The "what is beautiful is good" stereotype is the belief that physical attraction is associated with positive and desirable traits. Now let's explore the dynamics of close relationships as Kaysen discussed in the text. Intimate relationships describe a close dynamic that can include 3 components. The first component is the emotional component that encompasses attachment, love, and affection. Next is fulfillment of psychological needs, followed by interdependence. Not all relationships have all 3 components. There are 3 stages that individuals progress through from initial association to intimate relationships. The stimulus stage is categorized by attraction created by external factors. In the value stage, attachment is created by similarity in beliefs and values. In the role stage, attachment is solidified by commitment. The evaluation of gains and losses is important in the development of close relationships. The social exchange theory explains the desire that individuals have to maximize gain and minimize losses in relationships. Comparison level is the expected outcome that an individual has for a relationship. Comparison level alternatives describe considering what would be received in an alternative situation and if the reward would be higher or lower than the current situation. Investment is something put into a relationship that cannot be recovered if the relationship ends. Love is another aspect of close relationships. Primary categories of love include eros, ludus, and storge. Secondary categories are mania, pragma, and agape. The triangle theory of love breaks down the aspects of intimacy, passion, and romance. Intimacy is the emotional component of liking and feeling close to someone. Passion is the motivational component that triggers romance, attraction, and sexual desire. Romance is the cognitive component that includes the decision to be committed. We will now discuss the equity theory. The equity theory describes having a relationship in which one's benefits and contributions is similar to and balances out with the benefits of one's partner. In the article, Why Seemingly Trivial Events Sometimes Evoke Strong Emotional Reactions, the Role of Social Exchange Rule Violations, Leary and fellow researchers discuss the social exchange theory, which explains that people have a level of expectation that relationships will include a mutual level of respect, cooperation, and reciprocity. We will discuss 4 variables discussed by Chidi in the text, Theories in Social Psychology, that predict equity. Personality, emotions, relational quality, and rational behaviors are those 4 variables. Personality qualities such as assertiveness and self-esteem influence how individuals treat their partners and allow themselves to be treated. Benefiting less has been shown to produce more stress than benefiting more in relationships. Anger is primarily associated with being under-benefited, while guilt is associated with over-benefiting. Imbalances in equity can also produce frustration, depression, and resentment. In terms of relational quality, men and women differ on the level of satisfaction that they receive from dividing work. Men tend to receive greater satisfaction from the division of paid work, while women tend to receive greater satisfaction from the division of domestic work. In addition, couples who perceive their relationships to be equitable report greater relationship satisfaction than those who perceive their relationships to be unequal. Relational maintenance is input from one partner to receive a specific outcome from the other to preserve or achieve a desired relational state. Now let's discuss helping relationships. In the text, Kaysen describes altruism as doing a good deed from the genuine desire to help others. Empathy is understanding the perspective of someone and feeling compassion and sympathy. The empathy altruism hypothesis asserts that experiencing empathy for someone creates an altruistic There are various rewards that motivate helping behaviors. Helping others releases a rewarding feeling. The negative state relief model explains how people sometimes help individuals to improve their mood. Reciprocal altruism occurs when helping others increases the likelihood of getting helped by them in return. Indirect reciprocity occurs when helping others increases the likelihood of getting helped by another individual that observed your helpfulness. Egoism describes helping others for selfish motives. Now let's take a look at social influences of helping. In the text Social Psychology, Kaysen discusses various factors that influence the decision-making process of helping others. The bystander effect describes that the presence of multiple people inhibits the likelihood of individuals to help someone in need. There are 5 steps in the decision-making process. The first step is noticing the emergency. The second is to interpret what is noticed and assess if there is a legitimate threat of harm. The third step is taking responsibility to help. Next, one must decide how to help. The final decision is to then act on it and provide the help needed. We have now come to the end of the content review for this unit. To recap, initial attraction is influenced by rewards, familiarity, and physical attractiveness. Close relationships are defined by intimacy and are categorized by various stages of connection, exchange, and love. The equity theory describes maintaining a balance of benefits and contributions to maximize relationship satisfaction. Helping relationships are motivated greatly by altruism and empathy, but can be hindered by social factors that create hesitation towards action. The following are reflection questions to discuss in the discussion board post for the week. In Luke chapter 10, verse 25, Jesus tells the story of the Good Samaritan, in which he explained how a priest and a Levite walked past a traveler who lay beaten on the road and did not help. The man was later helped by a Samaritan who went above and beyond to tend to his needs. How could the kin selection theory in chapter 10 explain the actions of the people who chose not to help the outsider in need? Secondly, how